This is the benefit of podcasting from my kitchen.
Wow, what a flex.
Oh!
Yeah. Oh my God.
He just zipped his neck! We're rolling in, we're rolling out with a smile on our face. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm killing it.
Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me, as always, is production powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi, JD. Thanks for coming. And today's guest is an actress, comedian, writer, and even though it's not on her website bio, I'll say it, singer. Formerly of our hometown, Toronto, Ontario, she took the 511 Bathurst streetcar all the way south to LA, where you can see her on the TV, on stage performing stand-up, and in the stew, where she recorded her comedy music album, Self-Esteem Party. Put some attention on her. It's Alana Johnston. Alana, welcome to Is This Good?
Oh my God, this is good. You know what? Cancel the podcast.
Okay.
This intro was phenomenal. I don't want to tarnish my reputation now. I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to shame the podcast by not being able to live up to all the great things you just said about me.
Well, if you want to hear it again, JD... Were you recording or?
I was recording, yeah.
Well, okay, we're going to record this one. We're going to record.
So we are recording this. You know, I just want to let everybody know something before it's thrown against me later in the podcast. Before we started, I insisted on telling the guys a very long, drawn-out story that they only had partial information about, so a lot of it didn't really register, make sense at parts, and I didn't really stop to fill people in. And it was so long, it could have been a third of the episode. So I'm apologizing to you guys for that. And I'm apologizing to the audience for when I lose steam in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Because I've been talking.
Well, you just made me think, is there any more receptive audience than the host of a podcast before you go on? Because, like, they got to make you feel comfortable. Yes. You don't know them. They got to welcome you. And they got to, yes and like nod and be like, fuck, yes, you're killing it. Great story. Bring up that energy.
Oh my God. What have I done? I walked right into it. I'm a stereotype.
Well,
first time on podcast lady. I'm a stereotype now, this popular one.
Literally not it's not possible for this to be anyone's first podcast. We actually have a rule,
Oh, yeah, okay. That's cool. You guys have like a B-League podcast and you have to do that podcast first, and if all goes well, you can go do this podcast.
That's you exactly get called right. up. We want to know people that know their way around a microphone and have headphones. You wouldn't be you'd be surprised.
I have the headphones. I made a perfect candidate for the podcast.
Okay, first question.
Yes.
Did we get that audition? Did we book that role?
You
were at an audition just before coming on this podcast.
Yes, I was. Let's get into this.
Okay.
The thing about me in auditions, not good.
Okay.
Easily. I can say confidently, and I'm not the only one saying it. That's how I know they're not good.
Okay.
I once got a call from an agent going, "Hey, Elena, just checking in." And I was like, "Oh, that's nice." And he was like, already I'm the dumbest person on the planet. I was like, "Isn't that sweet?" So he's like, "Just checking in. Elena, you're going to all these auditions, and you're not getting any callbacks. So I got to ask, what's going on in these rooms?" And I had no answer. I went, "I don't know what to tell you, John. We're rolling in, we're rolling out with a smile on our face. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm killing it." And, that never changed. So in terms of this audition, just to tell you what happened, I will obviously, I signed an NDA, I take it seriously, but I did have to do some heavy prop work with a physically heavy prop. And at one point I did drop it, and I went, "I'm so sorry." And he went, "And that's our last take." And I went, "Okay, great." And I left. So I might have easily damaged the prop because, fine, I'll just say what it was. It was a book, and it was an accident, but it was so
book?
heavy.
I honestly was thinking, okay, mini fridge in a Home Depot commercial.
No, dude, book, but I bent it all. So it was
hardcover? What are we talking here?
No.
Infinite Jest?
No, dude, not even a hardcover. Floppy book, this thick, everybody at least, what's that, 3 inches? Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
About?
Sure.
That thick, and I'm holding it with one hand, trying to flip it. So the page, so it like flew out of my hands and then it landed and bent all the pages, and that's their book, not mine. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, okay. And I was like the second person in of the day. I got ushered right out of there.
I will be getting a call from my agent.
Dude. Yeah, they were like, the book looks insane now for the rest of the day.
They had to call Amazon and get a new one, okay? They will ask to be reimbursed.
People are and not to mention, I kicked the mini fridge on the way out as well.
And you weren't tempted to say, due to my extensive experience in improv, both in Canada and I'm assuming the UCB system,
yes.
That you couldn't do some object work? You didn't need to hold the book. You know what I'm saying? You're a true talent.
You know, it was a bit of a case closed in terms of you get what you walk right into, and what they walked into was me. A mess. And I have these tiny dumb hands. What made you think I could hold a big book with one? Like, they should have known when okay, I'll just say one more thing. And then I swear, this is just to show you how bad I am. He's explaining to me and two other girls in the room, and he's explaining what's going on and what we're going to do. Very simple. And he looked at me 3 times and went, "It's not comedy." And he just looked at me, and I guess I had a big smile on my face, because when we left the room, I turned to the other two, and I was like, guys, this is kind of a crazy question. Was he looking at me when he said just comedy or not comedy? And one of them went, yes. And she didn't mean it in a mean way. Like, she was like, I noticed too. Like, she wasn't being mean to me, but she was like, yes. And she didn't even hesitate to tell me.
So wait, this was a dramatic role or just
yes.
a dramatic scene in a comedy?
No, dramatic role.
Oh, dramatic role. Okay, well,
yes.
I know in the special what's the word for it? Special skills section of your, acting CV. I'm sure you have karate. I'm sure you have equestrianism, but you might have to take holding things right out of there. You might have to cross that off.
I'm taking out hand stuff.
Hand
I used to have that in there.
Upgrading to
and I'm not
stuff.
doing it anymore. Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just gonna say oral, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Well, okay. It sounds like you might need a little self-esteem boost, which will allow me to bring up your podcast. Are we still doing the podcast? I looked up, hadn't seen an episode in a couple months.
We're not doing the podcast. Everyone, my podcast is about self-esteem. Here's why we couldn't do it anymore. What had happened was I was doing it during the pandemic, and it's a check-in with people about how they're feeling, what's going on with them, and positive, negative, whatever you want to bring to the table, we take it. We rate it out of 10. It's kind of fun. Well, it wasn't fun to hear how hard it was for everybody.
Right.
And I loved hearing it.
Hey, this isn't comedy. This isn't comedy.
No, dude, I loved hearing it as a friend, but it was hard to feel helpless when you'd hear these stories. Or like the time people were having and stuff like that. So when it was all so low, and even I was low, and then my life got too hard, and I was like, but I didn't want to lie or withhold what was happening when they would ask me, because that doesn't seem fair that I'm like, you tell me your life, but I'm going to kind of hide mine. And there was just too many things happening. There was like, some family stuff happened, and I was like, I can't. So I had to stop it, but it ended on a really positive note because everyone still really liked the podcast. So if things were to change, it could come back. Like it wasn't like I was like, I give up. It was just like, you know what, we got to take a break from this and let everybody relax.
Well, I mean, this podcast is doing nothing for my self-esteem. Not this one we're recording right now, just this podcast in general. This one...
This episode is a nightmare. You can't audition.
Thank God she's not holding the microphone, JD.
Yeah,
She'd be dropping it every second.
You tell stories no one asked for that are very long. It's like, fuck, dude.
No. This is perfect. Okay, so one more question before we get into it. See, we're not even into it yet. That's how crazy this podcast is.
I love this podcast.
By the way, I will say your description of your podcast made sense because I scrolled through some of the descriptions and a surprising amount of them were like, brought guest X on. We're having a great time until he made me cry.
Yes.
Like a lot of references to you crying in the descriptions of the podcast. So
yes.
That's
this is what I'm saying. It became too much, and sometimes tears of beauty, but like, one time I talked to a friend, and he had just come from a funeral, and I was like, oh man, and it was so hard, and we weren't even in person, so I couldn't even hug him Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
You're
of
just
course,
like,
yeah.
oh my God.
Hey, do you think you can make me cry on this podcast? Because I've never cried on it.
Easily. First of all, you look like you're wearing a rain jacket. Right out of the gate. You look insane. And you've got a hat on. There's no sunshine. Both of you. That goes for both of you.
Hey, I got a ring light going here. Fuck. I feel like
okay. You got to get that ring light out of your eyes.
that's why I podcast like that with slightly a tilt.
No, that's a total joke. No, the jacket's not a joke.
No, this isn't a jacket. It's a big bulky. Okay, because I'm working from home. Unlike you, I didn't get all gussied up and go to a big old book audition.
I put jogging pants on. Look, I'll do a... These are Roots. I put Roots jogging pants. And fun, cozy socks and everything. But the sweatshirt's nice. This I wear all the time.
It's very nice animal print. So I was wearing the T-shirt that I, not gonna lie, slept in last night, and I thought they'll know. They'll know, even though it's just a T-shirt, and there's no way you would know. I know.
I'm gonna put on a rain parka.
So I throw on my poncho. I didn't think anyone would notice.
The second you came on, I was like,
what is he wearing?
I was like, there seems to be a misunderstanding. I'm confused. Is this an outdoor podcast? Is there inclement weather?
I start adding like sunglasses. By the end of the show, I've got an umbrella.
You're just ready for all weather, though.
Got the winter tires on, Alana. Okay, now all right, what do you think of this? This is the T-shirt.
Looks like last night's. You're right. Look at that neckline. What a nightmare. Oh, my God.
Oh, repulsive. Okay. Now, how am I supposed to do this podcast now, JD? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
He just zipped his neck.
I just zipped my neck. I swear to God, someone... this could have been an old wives' tale, but I swear to God, someone in Montreal where I grew up, that we were always told the story. They did up their snowsuit jacket too quickly and choked to death. Now that's
death.
Okay.
No, I buy that.
You think it's possible?
Listen, isn't there a way you can punch someone or something and cut off their circulation or like their airflow?
I've seen Steven Seagal do it, so sure.
Think about it. If you're pulling it, you're punching up, you're like uppercutting yourself.
Oh,
so
you
if
think
this is at all sticking, because when you zip up, you put your neck up. So look, you'd go pop right into the middle of your neck.
Okay, I just want everyone listening to know she mimed doing up a zipper. Here's the crazy thing: her shirt doesn't have a zipper on it. That's how good she is.
Yeah, guys, and you'll notice I didn't drop a single thing.
Okay, wait. Now I have to get to the question that I did want to ask you. Okay, so you put out an album of songs. Oh, wait, well, let me just say, when I've seen you doing stand-up a couple times, and normally when a comedian gets on stage with a guitar, you know you're up for some music that's going to be happening during their set. Mm-hmm. But you don't come on with any music. Then sometimes you just point to the guy doing the lighting in the back, who I'm sure is very unhappy to be doing this, and he's pressing track 2 on your CD, and then you just break out into these songs that you've written.
I've made it easier. I just say hit it now.
Oh.
So they don't have to rely on the visual cue.
Oh.
Okay,
Much
so
easier.
I want to talk, like, for instance, the song Put Attention on Me that I referenced in your intro that I think we did record. JD, just double checking. Recording now?
Recording, yep.
Perfect.
Oh, so we are recording.
Yeah, we are recording.
Okay.
If we weren't recording, trust, I would be going into my room and changing what I'm wearing.
If we weren't recording, I just want you to know I would still stay on the full hour. Up to you whether you want to or not. I gave you an hour. That's what you get.
That's what you get. I'll minimize the screen. Got a couple emails to circle back on.
That's what you get.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is, to me, and I mean this in the best possible way, these sound like finely tuned songs that you would like sing around your house to annoy your partner.
Yes.
Is that, and I could imagine this song, Put Attention on Me, which is basically a repetition of the words Put Attention on Me. Because
an ex-boyfriend said it to me.
Oh, an ex-boyfriend said it to you?
Yeah, he went, you never put attention on me. And I went, put attention on me. And then I wrote the song. I once wrote a song while in Syria in the middle of a breakdown. And I said this thing to my sister, and I was like, oh, that's a good song. And I stopped crying and pulled out my notebook and wrote it down. Same thing when I got too many cupcakes for a birthday and it made me cry. And then I wrote the song Cupcakes Make Me Cry. Also wrote the song then and there. The songs are anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds long max, and they take just about the same amount of time to write in full.
We're going instinctual. We're going off the dome.
It's the one take.
First thought, best thought.
I just wrote a new song a cappella, because that's how I write them, is a cappella. Then I record it in a voice memo, send it to a producer, they make a beat, I practice with it, then I fly into Toronto, record the whole album in an afternoon.
Okay.
It's a joke. So easy. But I wrote a new song a cappella about abortion. And I was like, it's a country song, and I was like, this one's a banger. I was like, I gotta get some music to this. And I sang it for Norm, and he was like, you can't not sing that song.
Do you want to give us like a choice line or something, and we could be a sympathetic ear?
I can't, because the first line, it's only 4 lines, but the first line is just not good. It's not, it's seeing abortion in a very silly way, and that's not appropriate.
Well,
like, it's hilarious to me because of, like, everyone I know knows how to make a funny joke. I'm surrounded by comedians at all times, so I'm like, anything could be, like, technically but not really could be made funny. So I'm like, I could see how somebody can make that joke and pull it off, but I can also see, like, oh, it's not a joke to a lot of people. So I'm like, it's a tricky line, it's a fine line, and I think the song crosses it.
Okay, well, is the first line the worst line?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You want to hit him?
Can I sing it to you afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh, afterwards?
I'll sing it. I can't do it on the podcast, but I will happily sing it to you guys.
Perfect.
Let's just say it involves a wall. That's it. See how bad it is? Okay. You guys are like, this is terrible.
Okay. Look, I play guitar, I promise you. If Norm doesn't want to, I'll put some minor 7th chords to it. It'll sound great.
I would love that.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll sing it to you a cappella. If you can remember it and write music to it and send it back to me, we'll record it.
Perfect. I'm just going to write that down.
Okay, that's a deal.
Can't wait until my girlfriend walks back in from her meeting going, why does it say abortion songs on the fridge?
And why does it also say Jane shirt?
Why does it say cotton poncho? All right, some quick housekeeping. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. You'll get ad-free episodes. You'll get access to our thriving community on Discord. You'll get an exclusive episode every month and more. Maybe, and I'm just saying this, a country music abortion song. You might get that. I don't know. I don't know if we can get the sync rights, but we'll see about that. Send topics to future shows to isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Subscribe on YouTube. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Thanks so much for being patient and listening to that, Alana. First of all, my sister's name is also Alana. I-L-A-N-A. What do you think of that?
No, that's not right. I told JD my brother's name is Jason. Oh. So there you go. Isn't that weird? That's so weird. I mean,
Jasyn?
No, see, both you guys are wrong.
Okay.
Both of you are wrong.
Hold on. That's not mine.
No, he is O-N, but I thought
Jason, you're okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Matt,
you're
you and your family are off the mark. You're right. Throwing out Jason with a Y.
When you were in Canada, were you Alana or Alana?
Here's the thing, Alana, because in Canada,
same as my
that's how
sister.
Everybody says their A's.
Yeah.
Everyone here says their A's differently, so that's why everyone instinctively, even though I'll be like, I'm Alana, they're like, Alana, nice to meet you, and I'm like, I just said Alana right to them, and they just couldn't
ignored it.
And you know what? I do that sometimes. Sometimes I do that with names too. It's just you've created a habit of saying it for the people that you already knew that had that name.
Oh, 100%. But before you came on, I was like, I know I'm going to say it wrong. But then I'm realizing now there is no wrong way to say it.
No, you've been nailing it. Yeah.
You're nailing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the premise of the show, it's very simple. At least at the start, then it changes. But it doesn't get more complicated. It's just different. Didn't need to say all that. I'm going to give you a topic. You tell me if it's good. Okay?
Okay.
It's very simple. Norm, your husband. Oh, I should have said Norm is your husband and he was on this show.
Yes, he was. He really enjoyed it. And he was telling me about it today. I was like, do I have to prepare anything? And he's like, no, they'll give you the topics and it's really fun, it's really easy. And I went, that's my ideal podcast. Easy.
Perfect. And you're not going to cry once.
Well,
maybe from laughter.
If we get that abortion song on the radio waves, we might have a problem. No, guys, I just want everyone to know it's actually not that bad. I'm making it out to be way worse. It's not. I'm not a monster.
It just tells you, gives you some. It's just a list of resources on where you can go.
That's it. It's just a list of resources. It's just a list of cool resources.
You said the first line had something to do with a wall, and I'm assuming it's put a flyer for Planned Parenthood on the wall.
Honestly, I don't even need to sing it at this point. You took the words and the melody right out of my mouth.
And the melody! Wow.
You somehow got the melody.
Oh, we're all dealing with the same 12 notes, sister, you know?
Oh my God, ain't that the truth? Okay.
Okay, first question. Public Venmo transactions. Are they good? So, I hope you know what I'm talking about, but if you
where
use
you
the
can
app
see
Venmo,
someone sending it to the friend.
Yeah. And so, like, let's say JD and I go out for drinks. He buys the beer. For some reason, instead of saying, you'll get me next time like a normal person, I have to pay him back. But instead of putting private on it, so he gets the money, but no one knows that I've sent him the money, it's just public. It's just there.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't know about that private setting.
Do you think that was one of my questions? Because if people know about it and aren't using it, I'm concerned for a lot of people I know.
I didn't know for like the first year. I had no idea.
Okay, so because I notice it for couples, like couples that live together, they're like,
God, that was going to be my example.
Oh my God. What melody were you going to use when you said it?
Oh my God. Just go right with the anthem. Stick to what you know best.
Perfect.
The anthem, my favorite song.
They're like, this much for rent, this much for half the gas, this much for half the electric.
Or splitting or dinners, which is like, fine, you guys spend your money how you want to spend it. But it's like, why are you fucking dragging me into your financial crisis?
Well,
like, figure it out. Get a joint account.
And the other weird thing is, and I don't know if you've been in the States for a while. I think the other thing is, because I know so many people in Canada that aren't on Venmo because...
That's right.
They're not trustworthy.
Okay, that was a big lean into the mic.
That was a lean into the mic.
That was a pretty big statement.
Yeah, that's stagecraft, okay? If I went on a date with you in Atlanta where I used to live 9 years ago, you're in my Venmo somehow because I had your number to text you and then Venmo sucked all those numbers in. And it's very few of my friends. I'm picking up my phone to be like, the Venmo, it's in here.
Proving you have a phone.
Proving
I
I have a
believed
phone.
you.
No, well, so...
Did you?
All I'm trying to say is that now I'm seeing like a girl I went on a date with 9 years ago is giving half the rent money to some guy. And I'm like, I'm very happy for you. Things worked out for her. I don't, don't need to feel so guilty for the hearts I broke.
Did they work out? Because
I mean,
who's this Cree? You know what I mean? Who's this?
Brian with a Y?
Here we go. Oh my God. Okay. Lead with that. Okay, so I know just the kind of mess I'm getting myself into.
JD, are you on private when you do these?
100% private all the way. Yeah.
Now, like, let's say Venmo showed you, they're like, okay, you know how sending money to people's hard, like you eat a meal with 3 different people and you don't have cash on you, so it's hard to split it. We're going to create an app where you can, boom, just electronically send money to each other from your bank account. I'd be like, perfect, we need that. Then they would say, and great feature, everyone is going to be able to see every bank transaction you make. And I'd be like, that's not going to work. No one's going to like that. And yet, people like it. I don't understand.
Why? Because people aren't using Zelle. People, like, it's like if you use Zelle through your bank, it's the exact same thing. It's just like, and you can transfer it to people with other banks and stuff like that. But I use it because it's private. Like, that's just half the reason why. And it's the same, it's like, they're all the same, like, but like PayPal, private, very private.
Right.
So I'm like, the privacy, I'm with you, like Venmo, the public of it all, and then people will be like, you paid this person this, but I thought, that, like, it's like a tracking device almost.
Of course, and of course use ITG20, code ITG20 for Zelle. Our good friends at Zelle, we do thank you. Stop using Venmo, stop using the Cash App. I guess it is... Maybe we shouldn't be surprised in that Instagram is all about showing off how amazing your life is. So Venmo is just another avenue to be like, we're in Mexico City right now.
You are right, but you're saying I'm in Mexico City and broke because I couldn't cover the tab.
That's right.
You know what I mean? All how you look at it.
Oh,
I'm a
that's
modern
good point.
feminist, and my wife and I are fully equal in a way that, honestly, is kind of creepy. And
I like that you have to be a modern feminist to pull that off.
you can't. And hold on. Speaking of my phone, good thing I'm holding it. We poll people, and I forgot to take the poll numbers down, so I'm just going to read them straight off my phone.
Oh, fun.
Raw dog it.
Public Venmo transactions, 74% of people say not good. Unsurprising. Not high enough, I'd say. It should be 100%.
Okay. So that's a very high number. That's
that are saying it's bad.
Pardon? Yeah.
They're saying it's bad, though. Oh, yeah, we're happy with it.
That's a very high number for the amount of people that are using it and still doing it. Like,
You're
we're
right.
saying it's bad, but we're not fixing it on our phones. Like, that's what I'm saying is I'm like, the numbers don't add up.
Mm-hmm.
If we all think it's that bad, why haven't we all changed it? Why haven't we all investigated it and figured it out?
Well, what do you think's a reasonable amount of time for us to just stop talking, shut down the podcast, and wait for people to go into their Venmo and switch their setting?
I would probably wait up to a year.
Wow. Okay.
First of all, I'm already willing to give you an hour for jack shit. What makes you think I don't have the time on my hands to wait this one out? You saw my reaction about the numbers. I was outraged.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I just can't believe it's that many people know it's bad and aren't doing it. Like, I just thought they didn't care because they enjoyed writing jokes. Like, that's what I thought they wanted to do.
oh, like, I'm so
You know, when
clever.
it's the little jokes, yeah, and it's like friendship. And sometimes I do that still on private.
Yeah, well, you have to. I think you have to put something
Yeah,
there,
but you
at
can
least
write
some
a
word.
real thing, but I refuse. I won't do it.
Don't do it. All right,
No,
next
I won't do it.
question.
Okay.
Gift registries. Are they good? So you're going to a wedding, you see a link, you get routed to Bed Bath & Beyond or, God help you, Williams-Sonoma, and there's a list of things that these people want.
And you're
You buy them.
attending the wedding?
You were attending the wedding.
Good.
Okay. It would be weird
Here's
if you
why.
weren't.
The price I don't always agree with.
Okay.
I don't always agree with the amount people expect you to spend. But I love when when it's like specific items, sometimes it's like, sometimes a lot of them can be really costly. And you can feel embarrassed getting a smaller item, right?
Yeah.
That's like cheaper. But when people just have the fund where you're just donating money to a honeymoon fund or to a house fund or whatever, love. Because then you can put what you're comfortable with, because they're paying for you to go to that wedding.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like they're paying for you to go. They're paying for your food. I know it's a lot to go there, but it's like weddings are crazy expensive. We eloped, and because I was like, and of course we could have had a wedding. My God, why not? But to me, why the hassle? That's why not. And I'm like, I didn't want to deal with gifts and pressure and this and that. But I think it's good because most people want that to be able to start a new life together, to have all these new things that they now share. So I'm like, I get it.
yeah, okay.
It's
Well,
good.
two things though. Now, everyone lives, or most people live together before they get married now. So like,
But they have old
don't tell me
crap.
you don't have a pot. I know you have.
But it's old and crappy because you brought it from your other apartment.
No, you gotta look crazy at some point. At some point, someone gifted it to you. I don't know why, because it's
Why
red and
would
it looks
anyone
good
do
on the
that?
stove.
Why would
Please
anyone
get-
do
No,
that?
you're out of here. Thank you, JD. I'm sorry. You are way out of... You are once again out of line.
Okay, hold on.
You and your whole family. Sick of
This
this.
is the benefit of podcasting from my kitchen.
Wow, what a flex.
Matt, you have so quickly become a new favorite friend of mine.
Okay, that's...
And it's blue. Beautiful.
You get some broth. You know how quickly I can get a broth going? It'll blow your mind.
Yeah, I'm like...
I made zucchini soup yesterday. Did you ever even think of putting zucchinis in soup?
No, how to go though? Because they're kind of a
Fucking
watery
excellent.
veggie.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you know what I did? I added some potatoes and then I pureed it all down just to thicken up the stock a little bit.
Oh, see, that's nice with to have the potato in there, because Norm made a zucchini soup once, and that's why I asked you, because it was watery.
The worst night of your life.
No, this is the worst night.
It's getting hot under this poncho.
I am drowning in podcasts over here.
Drenched.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying you didn't get a single wedding gift then?
No.
Because you eloped. Mm-hmm. Oh, take a dramatic sip of her water. She's probably gonna drop it.
No gifts.
No gifts.
My friend threw us a dinner. Very nice.
Okay.
Threw this nice dinner for like a couple of us when we got back to LA. The ones that were really mad at me that I didn't tell them.
Oh.
They came to the dinner.
Well, your marriage is about them, so I do understand that.
We got gifts from like parents, from our set of parents, but that was it, and that was how we wanted it.
Right.
But what's the difference between the honeymoon fund and just giving cash? I don't understand.
There is no difference. It's just everyone's going to take that cash and go right to the bank.
Okay, but here's then I don't like calling it a honeymoon fund because it reminds me of the 4% health employee surcharge you get at every restaurant in the city now. You're telling me that money's going to the staff? I don't think so. I think that money is going to a general pool and the owners of the restaurant are using it as they see fit. And I don't think that all this money is being spent on the honeymoon.
Very interesting. Okay, so you want proof of purchase. You want to know your
receipts.
money.
I want Venmo public receipts.
Yeah, I want fucking Venmo to blow up after your honeymoon. I want to know everywhere you went.
That's right.
Okay, wait, here's a fucking sick idea.
Okay.
Not sick, cool, like demented.
Okay.
You make...
Like a podcast with your pots. Yes, go on.
Oh. Wait till we get to the bread maker. That's...
Ding!
That's for the C block. What was I going to say? Weddings, giving them money. Oh, yeah, here's my idea. You say to them, I'm going to give you $500 for your wedding, for your honeymoon fund, but while you're in Saint-Tropez, you need to Venmo request me for each item and then explain what it is publicly. So you see what I'm saying? So if they're getting...
I love that.
If they're like, well, a meal or a dress or fucking water, because who knows if you could drink the water there. Can't trust the French. Now they're putting bottled water. They're putting Evian.
Okay, and that's going to add up. Now, let me say why I love this idea.
Oh, thank you.
One of the problems that I have with the presents of weddings, like giving a present at a wedding, is the thank you cards.
Okay.
Fun way to send out a photo of you guys, but a waste of paper. So for me, to do it digitally makes more sense. So instead of writing a message, thanks for the slow cooker or thanks for the meal, if I send a photo, then that's the thank you text. So your idea is genius. It's like you Venmo request being like, I need it for this. And then you're like, I need it for this. And then it's like, it's so perfect. Because then you're like, oh, great. I saw it. I see you enjoying it. I don't need the thank you card. I see you enjoying it right now.
Right.
Right? Like,
and
that's and the thank you cards come 6 months to a year later. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't get it.
Oh, I mean, completely pointless, but then I will get upset if you don't send me a thank you card.
Okay, so...
I'm a sensitive man, and I'll admit it. I'm a sensitive man.
I didn't realize you were giving me a gift. Actually, thank you so much.
Also, the fun thing is when they send me the Venmo request, I could just be like, denied, unapproved. Like, so you saw someone playing backgammon, and you truly think that when you buy that set, you're going to play it back home? Backgammon is French, is Riviera you, okay? Not DTLAU.
Now, here's the thing. Very interesting. I originally said the wedding registry was good, but am I changing my mind?
And you're allowed to do that. It shows growth.
Right? I kind of can't tell, but based on the stuff we've been saying, am I kind of changing my mind? I feel crazy.
I mean, I don't think you should feel crazy. Okay, here's the thing. When you get the gift registry, you have to put a span of products on there that are at different prices, right?
Yes.
And I remember what everyone's basically doing is going like, I want to spend $200, let's say, Canadian, hopefully, and you are just adding stuff up till it gets to that. So I remember one of the first people I knew that got married, I was teaching English in China at the time. I mean, am I a hero? You decide. And the internet was
say
so
no.
bad that I couldn't. No, we're going to say no. I was a terrible teacher, so that's the correct answer. My students called me overdressed. And
Really?
Oh, here we go.
the internet was bad, and so I got the registry, but I couldn't see, like, the pictures weren't loading. And the descriptions weren't loading, so I could only see the price. And then when I got home, like 4 months later, I got a thank you card, and it literally said, "Thank you for the pizza stone and the hangers."
Like coat hangers?
Yeah, coat hangers.
And a pizzas that you
I
didn't
bought
even
them
bother to
a
get a
pizza
pan.
stone and coat hangers. The worst gift a
You
human.
didn't even bother to try to make a cohesive gift.
Didn't know it.
whatsoever. Not
Right.
even like this set or this goes with this.
Salt shaker and pepper shaker.
For your hangers.
What about on a related topic? What about something that is like this but a little different? The no gifts, please.
I love the no gifts. And I
But do you
take them
think
seriously.
people mean it? Okay,
I take them seriously.
you take them at their word.
My friend, I have not given her daughter a birthday gift in 3 years. Because she tells me no gifts. And I went, I'm not getting a gift. And she literally says thank you to me. Now, it could be different when it's your wedding. Because I understand kids get a lot of toys, so you don't want all those toys. But my problem, it's like with saying for me, it's too much stress. I don't even like birthday parties. Like, I don't want anything from everyone. It makes it easier on me.
Okay.
If somebody writes no gifts, they better mean it. And I believe them when they say it. Like, that's what I mean is I'm like, you can't do that and then be upset about it. Or be butthurt that they didn't at least bring cash or something like that. Like, if
Right.
you're saying it has to be that, like, you're rich.
Yes.
Have everything that you need.
Yes.
Or you want people to have more of a party and a fun time. You don't want it to be as much of a to-do.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that's reasonable. I think people do mean it
Yeah.
when they say it, but
Who
then I
in their
think
right mind would write it and not mean it?
That's
Like,
what I'm
it's
saying.
great.
Like,
well,
that's,
it happens.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. That's
Because
too
I
bad.
what I do is I buy an inexpensive gift that I don't mind losing, and I give it to them. And if they don't return it to me, I send them a strongly worded email saying, "I've caught you in a lie, sir."
Now this is genius. Hold on. I have to take a dramatic sip of water about it. It's that good.
How about a
scene.
song
okay,
called?
that's your last take, Alana.
Okay,
Pretty
sorry about
bad. Pretty bad.
A song called "You Lied When You Said No Gifts, Please."
That's good. I'll just call you wedding liar. That's good because then people will think it could be cheating, a
but it's
scandal
not.
involved, and it's not at all.
Oh yeah, it's like that song. What's it? I write sins, not tragedies. You know, I chimed in with, "Haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door?" Don't worry about it. We're too old to know the song. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
But it is
no.
about like someone at a wedding overhearing the bride talking about how she's cheating on the groom, right? So this will be like a song like that, but
Overhearing
about
the-
something
Oh, okay.
about
yes.
something completely unimportant.
Okay.
Lying that you said no gifts. A detour
I now
worth
have-
going on. Okay.
I now have 2 songs to write for the Patreon. I now have 2 songs to write. If this doesn't get you like 100 subscribers, I'm going to be furious.
Not as furious as me. And by the way, we can simulcast on your Patreon as well. It's not
I
just.
shut down my Patreon.
Could I have your users?
Honestly, yes.
Perfect.
Sweet.
They listen to me on other podcasts. They might. Maybe
All right,
I'll,
we're all getting
Maybe
something
at the
here.
end of this, I'll put a call to action
A
for
CTA?
people to
Ooh.
subscribe. It's going to be a CTA.
Okay,
Nice.
we're gonna need that.
It's
We're
going
gonna
to be a CTA.
we're gonna
A
be putting
Chicago
that.
Transit Authority.
We're gonna need a direct link in that Instagram story. Okay.
You know what? I'm your gal. You got
Okay.
it, guys.
Do you have swipe up functionality? You know when you can swipe up to link? Oh, she doesn't even know. Sorry.
See, this is the public Venmo.
I think
my
if you have enough
God.
followers, you could just swipe up to follow the
Oh.
link that's in the thing.
No. I just... No.
No.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I just do it in the story where you put the link, right? And then you just click
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it and it goes. But that's regular people way I am now hearing.
Yeah, that's right.
Huh.
Okay, well, 72% of people said gift registries are Good. So depending where you ended up on that, I can't remember if you switched for sure.
72%. Yeah, but I need to see that with a number breakdown of how many people are married of this survey.
Okay, well, we don't have the data. We simply don't have that granular data. No, we don't.
Well,
we don't. The crosstabs. We don't have the crosstabs.
I'm finding this podcast to be quite challenging. I'm finding you're doing polls. You're not getting any backstory or information from them. I don't know what demographic I'm even dealing with right now.
Neither do we, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm back on board. I'm back on board with the polls now, knowing you also don't know what's happening in the polls.
Well, look, but I do know exactly what youth turnout for Joe Biden will be next year. That poll is ironclad.
You know, we were just listening to him, clips of him on NPR, and they were just talking about the race and, you know, the different tactics he's using and stuff like that. And, you know, basically the verdict is it's not looking good. So and he, like, the big highlight of the story was that he started to embrace that he's old and is making jokes about it to, get ahead of it. And I was like, wow, this is the headline, like, of the whole story. I'm like, we are in so much trouble right now. Oh my God. Can I tell you guys something insane? So sorry, I apologize. My computer has it. You know when you get the little notification on the top right if you got a text or an email or something like that? Mm-hmm. So I literally just saw the head of this email. Guys, it said audition callback. I'm not fucking
Oh, come on! Let's go!
Stop. Let me open it up. Stop.
Okay,
Stop. Let me open it up right now. It's just in the headline, so I didn't read it.
Well, it's not going to say psych in the body of the email.
Guys, tomorrow, Friday, 11:15 a.m.
Yes.
You have got to be kidding me.
Does it say bring your own book or what? What does it say?
It says, please don't touch anything. Yeah. It said, literally in the headline, it says, hands off audition.
We will be tying your hands behind your back. Bring a pair of zip ties.
Wow, sorry about that, guys.
That's great.
No, this is exciting.
This is incredible.
How do you feel? Tell us how you feel. I want to share this excitement with you.
Honestly, I feel like if it's good or bad, it's good. I feel like $1 million, not because I did anything that deserves a callback. My God, no. But because it goes to show nothing matters. It just goes to show nothing matters. You can still somehow make some sort of an impression even though you fucked the whole thing up, I guess. So it's freeing. I feel free.
Is it possible you broke the book so they couldn't continue with the rest of the day and so there's only the three of you coming back?
So they hated the other two girls, so they had to choose me. Their book work was so bad, they had to choose me.
Do you get this experience, like I've heard a lot of actors talk about, like I walk into the room for the audition and it's a waiting room of 15 people that look exactly like me?
Yes.
So have you ever seen someone that you're like, looks so much like you that you...
Today, it was all curly-haired women.
Okay.
So for
wow.
Different variations, brown hair, blonde hair, our bodies were different, but everybody had curls. So that's one thing. And because they said can be character, look. And I think curly hair kind of can present as a little, fun and quirky. And
but not comedy, though. Not comedy.
Well, that was made aggressively clear to the point where people are commenting. I'm so glad I'm experiencing this with you guys today.
Oh, what a roller coaster.
Okay, wait. Everybody just stay silent for 1 second of phone calls coming in, and it's been answered. We're good.
Okay, great.
It was my vet. Just so everyone knows, I'm waiting on an important call from the vet. I had to give my phone to Norm, and that just came up in the notification, and he answered it. We're good.
Oh, Norm's fucking so good.
Sorry for the derail.
No, you got to go on every time you go on an audition, you got to go on a podcast right after.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. It's seriously, I'm maybe it's a positive energy. You guys are giving me a positive energy. Maybe they heard I was going to be on the podcast. Probably that.
Oh, yeah, the casting director's listening to the show right now.
Well, this is live, right?
Yeah.
And I just want to double check. We are recording this?
Yeah, this part we are. Well, no, this part we're not. Since you said I got a text, JD immediately.
JD got quiet there.
Shut this thing right down. Okay, next segment. Unfortunately, I know we're fucking on a high right now, but let me bring things down for a second to say not everyone is going to agree with everything you say. But sometimes you have to stand alone on the edge of popular consensus. It's time for unpopular opinions. I know. Here's how it works. I'm going to read you an unpopular opinion, and you just have to tell me, do you agree with it?
Okay.
Or not. All right. A heater off the top. Lying on your resume is okay and not immoral. So this person continued. Your bosses aren't your friend, and they want unrealistic experience. Get found out? Well, unemployment isn't illegal. Pay a friend to answer a Google Voice call. Buy a burner and make a fake website. Who the fuck cares? So lying on your resume is okay and not immoral. What do you think of this unpopular opinion?
Okay. Just so you know, I've been advised by every friend I've ever consulted with about a resume to lie. They have all said to lie.
100%.
And I have never done it once.
Okay. So everyone...
On a work resume.
Okay, but so when they call references, let's say, that reference that they're speaking to is a bona fide, true boss supervisor.
All of them.
Okay. You see, I think that it's actually okay to lie.
I think it's okay to lie.
I think it's okay to lie.
That was a personal note that I've never done it, but I think it's okay to lie.
Now, you can lie. I personally am too moral and good for it, but you, sure, you're a piece of shit. You can lie.
No, but I can't back it. Like, I can't, I'm not, everyone's like, and then you'll just learn. Like, people told me, like, lie about what I know how to do, like Microsoft Excel or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, some random where they're like, you need to know Excel. And they're like, yeah, just lie and say you can do it and then learn it. I'm like, are you insane? Like, do you know who you're talking to?
Can you do formulas? Do you even know what formulas are in Excel?
Like...
I don't
multiplication formula?
Yeah, I don't know where it's like cells A10 through, no, I don't even know.
If one exists, I can input information. I don't know how to build one.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I don't think you should say Excel is a strength then.
Right, but what I did was I wrote Microsoft Excel and then put a big arm muscle beside it. So now they think it's a strength. And now I have to back that up. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Of course, and you end every resume, you put on lipstick and you kiss it. Duh. I knew someone that used to do that when they were applying for like bartending jobs and stuff. They would
that makes sense. That's
kiss
sexy.
their
That's fun.
That's a cool thought.
I did it when I applied to be a teacher. Like kiss all the kids and paper. I kissed everybody and everything in sight.
Just on the top of their delicate little heads. They're so short and I'm so tall.
I'm
just like a baby.
Yeah, it was for babies.
Mama bird. What was I saying here? Oh, yes, I do think it's completely okay. And I think that, for instance, where JD and I used to work at Turner Broadcasting down there in Atlanta, Georgia, I technically had a boss that would approve, raises and discipline me and things like that. But if I put a name down on my resume, I would put JD's name down. Because kind of technically he had a higher title than me. Isn't that true?
I think he did.
But that's not lying.
It is lying because he was not my boss. Like he didn't do my reviews. It is a lie, but who cares?
Okay, because you said wait, sorry, I might have misunderstood. You did have a clear boss?
Yeah, but JD had a better title than me, and we did work together. So I would just tell them to call JD.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's so interesting because I don't even know if I would necessarily consider that lying. Like if somebody's higher up and there's like a hierarchy, I'm like, I would never put my boss because my boss quite simply is not going to answer the fucking phone. They don't care. Right. Like, that's why I put who was higher than me that could speak to what I was doing. So I've lied for sure then. Okay. Yeah, I'm on board.
Now, if I wouldn't put like knows how to do open heart surgery. Well, I guess they'd be looking at your degrees. But if you can hurt someone,
knows how to hurt people.
Yeah, don't put like
on as well.
Phlebotomy on a resume if you don't know how to do it. Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's like if you can't back it, like you can't lie about a degree. Can you?
But if someone asks you if you know how to use the Airtable suite, sure, you know how to use the Airtable suite. You'll figure it out.
Air hockey? Yeah.
Yeah. Throw out the puck and you shoot it back.
Air hockey? Yeah, I could do that in this office.
JD, you're an honest man of integrity. What do you think? Do you think it's okay to lie?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Have you ever lied?
100%. 100%
Did it work?
lied. I assume, yeah, because I've gotten some jobs. I mean, what, like, the types of jobs that I've lied on are, like, literally bartenders and stuff like that.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Have you ever been exposed?
No, of course not.
Good for you.
Yeah. Hey,
Will be now.
well, yes, I guess. What's the statute of limitations on lying on
On a bartender job you had 15 years ago? I think you're good. The Hard Rock Cafe already closed down, JD.
I heard it doesn't expire.
Oh, wow.
I heard the Hard Rock Cafe on Young and Dundas can come after you.
I think you can lie about a degree. I mean, I never finished my degree.
But those poor people that got the degree, little lambs, give them something.
I paid her the same amount of money. I just fell a few.
So then it should be on your
short.
resume. Can afford degree.
That's right.
What do you put that you have a BA on your resume?
I mean, no, actually, I haven't, because I haven't applied for a job since
A job that would require you to have.
Yeah,
you work in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I mean, we pitched shows, and I'm still riding that. So, yeah.
Okay,
I'll take it.
You sound like the kind of you sound like the kind of liar that would say no gifts, please, and then be upset I didn't bring you one.
Oh my God!
How dare you?
Now you have been exposed. Here we go.
Okay, one more here. This one is truly insane, but I love it. And involves the same word spelled differently, so just try to track here. I use its, IT''S, instead of its, ITS, on purpose. So this person writes, yes, I know when to correctly use each one. I just choose not to. To me, saying something like the cat hurt its paw, IT''S, makes more sense because it signifies possession. Mm-hmm. So I choose to use it that way because it's my preference, and also you know exactly what that sentence means. I hate when people complain, oh, by saying that you're actually saying the cat hurt it is paw, which is stupid. If I say that is Bob's pencil, I'm not saying that is Bob is pencil. Overall, I know I'm wrong in the sense that it wouldn't fly in academic writing, but languages constantly change due to speaking it incorrectly, and plenty of stuff we say regularly is a result of that. The confidence of this man to say that he can use IT''S just because he likes it more, even though IT''S is a contraction of it is, it's not a possessive, mm-hmm. is insane, and yet he's right that things evolve, things change.
I agree.
This
one is so hard because I struggle with this while writing all the time, and it, with so many words. Like, and I will be the person to say it out loud. Like, the cat hurt it is self. Like,
I still do that. I mean?
Like,
still have to say
it.
It
I
is.
have to do it all the time.
Have to do it.
All the time. In the text, it doesn't even matter. But I think there's a couple of things. I think one, I'm starting to care less about it. Because it's taking up too much time. It really is. Mm-hmm. The whole thing's taking up too much time. So with that being said, I think I agree. Like, if I have to agree, okay, maybe I'm going to agree with that opinion.
You don't have to agree.
If somebody's forcing me to agree,
no one's forcing you.
Everyone's forcing me to do everything on this podcast. I'm sick of this, for starters. And I know it took me, where are we at? How many minutes? What, 45 minutes?
She seemed to be enjoying it for 45 minutes, and then she really turned on us.
No, because you want to know why? Because we're at 53 minutes. I'm out.
Now, JD, remember?
I'm done with this question. Got me. I'm sick of this.
She did say she had a 53-minute hard out, and we
said
respect
hard out at 53 minutes.
We've been on this Zoom for so long that the sun is moved, and now my face is I got to dip out of the light here.
Crazy.
Okay, but what? So
can
you're
you
saying?
Guys answer? Can you both?
Yeah,
you both talk about it first?
Yes, I'm going to say it's insane because you can't just say, there's there THEIR, there's there THERE, and there THEY''RE. It's too complicated. I'm just going to be using THERE from here on out. Like, look. The word peruse, for instance, which to me means I peruse the magazine. You flip through it. Mm-hmm. Used to mean studying something very closely, and now it has become to mean the opposite. The word moot, like, that's moot, means like not worth discussing. Used to literally mean something worth debating. Okay?
Yep.
So I went
to law school to find that out. So words do change, and I'm sure someone smarter than us could find an example of like punctuation and things like that change. Or like using they as a like a first person pronoun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
someone whose
yeah.
pronouns are they, like they.
Oh, they-
like
yes,
that
yes,
has
yes.
changed.
Yes.
But this is too far for me because I'm going to read it thinking you're an idiot. And if you're willing to look like an idiot, then fine, but I'm going to think you're an idiot.
I think this is different because we're dealing with apostrophes, like you're saying. Like with it. Because what we were saying is full descriptions of words changed. But those words stayed the same, but their meaning changed, right?
Yes, yes.
We are now talking about altering a word. This is, I get that things change, but it's too much change. Like you're saying, like we're changing it wildly. It's out of control.
It's too much, right?
Yeah.
I think, I think it's really hard to learn. I think it's why people hate learning English, stuff like this, where you're like, well, actually, it's this, and you're like, fuck you, fine. Take your precious apostrophe, shove it up your ass. Would you guys swear on this podcast?
Yes.
No, but I guess we do now. You're very conservative. You're saying the way things were in the past should be the way they are forever.
Oh my
No, and that's why
God.
you came on here making fun of Joe Biden, because you're very conservative.
First of all, I was reporting the news.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
That's what we ask every guest to do on this podcast. You know, I found out about I found out about the earthquake in Japan from a guest on this podcast, so we do appreciate that.
I found out about 9/11 in a French class. No, from a
It's very-
TV in the cafeteria. Someone had told me 2 hours earlier in a French class, but because they said it in French in the morning announcements, I didn't know what happened until 2 hours later when I was in the cafeteria at lunch and they had it playing on the TVs and I went, ooh, lunchtime movie. My friend was like, Alana. And I was like, what?
To
On a
you,
lunchtime movie.
to you, it will always be the tragic events of 9/11.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say is that it's like I do hang on to the past. So
Yeah.
you're right. Everything should stay the same.
Exactly the same, and that's if you take one thing from this show, that's what you should take.
For people who just tuned in, that is not my opinion.
No one just. It's not the
For
radio.
anyone that's tuning in at now 56 minutes, this is not my opinion.
Okay, Alana and Alana. There's only one thing left to do,
Yes.
and that's play subjective trivia. So, subjective trivia is just like regular trivia, except only I know the answer. I've written my answer down here on this card, and our goal, you probably can't see it because of the light.
No,
but
because of the
the
light.
goal is for you to guess the answer that's on this card.
Okay.
It's a very stupid, very subjective question today, but given the date, the question is, when should you stop saying Happy New Year to people you're seeing for the first time in 2024? So,
January 2nd, no question about it.
you haven't heard the option. It's multiple choice.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I've never been more
Oh,
sure. of
shit, she's
something in
really
my
got to go,
life.
JD. She's really got to go.
No, I don't have to leave it all. In fact, I could double my time to talk about this, but let's hear your options first in case I change my mind.
Okay, well, if you have a lot of time, I narrowed it down to 4 choices, but I'll take it back up to 31. I'll
Can
just
I
name
just tell
every
you
date
how
in the
much-
calendar.
You got to tell people first it's multiple choice because I thought this was just an open-ended question and that all of them were, and I was like, this is impossible.
Yeah,
This
no.
is crazy of him.
Well,
Okay,
no one
go.
just jumps right in, you know.
Yeah, you're right. That's insane of me too. Like
Yeah.
we're both doing it.
Yeah, that's okay. All right,
Me
your
more.
choices are January 8th, January 15th, January 31st,
Come
or
on.
the first day of spring.
Okay. First day of spring then. Fine. If you want to
Why?
No, I'm telling you
made
why
him
right
mad.
now. You're being unhinged. You're
No,
tossing out
you don't
these
know that yet. You don't know that
radical
yet.
numbers. You're tossing out radical numbers. Starting at the 8th, when I said the 2nd, firm as can be.
But these are on the paper. I didn't adjust it based on your
No.
suggestion.
Listen, you're madness. I can't take this question seriously. January 8th was the
First.
That's
Soonest?
the first
soonest.
one.
So you believe, you truly will not say it to anyone. You have friends
If
that
you
you
haven't
haven't
heard from
seen
me
since.
January 1st,
Oh,
you're
boy.
not going to for a year.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Did I say Happy New Year to you?
This is the first time we've met.
There you go, and it's January 4th.
Happy New Year.
2 days
Happy New
ago.
Year. Happy New
2
Year.
days ago.
Happy New Year. And get Norm. Can you just scream Happy New Year into the next door? Say, Norm.
He actually
Matt
made me on a
says-
phone call.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
But I'll do it.
Okay. You have friends, Bill and Diane, okay? You haven't seen them since November 1st.
Okay.
You're going to see them on January whatever. You're not going to say Happy New Year to them? January 3rd?
I am not. I tend to not tell people Happy New Year. I don't really care.
Interesting. Okay.
It's your New Year's. Start it off as miserable as you want. Who am I to tell you what to do?
Well, it's been, we were just talking about on our last show how the New Year shouldn't start until January 3rd.
Well, you got to give it a second. Like, my God.
Let it marinate.
I'll say this. Wait. Can I just say one more thing about the New Year?
Actually, no. This time I'm going to say no. No, of course.
Well, I was going to say, I don't like saying Happy New Year, and I'm going to stop saying Happy Holidays because that's also too much pressure to put on people.
Okay.
So from now on, I'm just going to yell, it's the holidays. Because that's more about a calendar.
Right. Okay, so you're getting checked out at Trader Joe's. The person says to you, and
Let's do it right now.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh my God, okay. Who am I? Cashier,
You're the cashier,
or am I you?
You're the cashier. Well, I'm me.
Okay.
Why are you me in this? That doesn't even make sense. Okay, go.
Okay. Beep.
And finally, the snap peas.
Oh, and Merry Christmas to you.
I'm Jewish. I just want everyone to know I'm such a good actor. I'm actually not Jewish.
What?
Do you see what I mean? When I said I'm Jewish, this is why I got this call back. Because when I said I'm Jewish, I saw both your eyes. You believed me.
Why wouldn't we believe you?
Exactly. But that's because my acting was so good. You were like, yes, why would she lie about this?
Okay, well, I see now.
It's not lying, it's acting.
On one hand, a Jewish comedian, easy to believe. On the other hand, a Jewish comedian with the last name Johnston, not believable.
You know what? Yeah, okay, we can throw the facts in there as well, but I'm really going to attribute it to the acting.
You're like, oh, I didn't know that you were going to be saying my last name on this podcast.
I really thought the acting was exceptional.
In 2024, anytime someone says your last name, you get to scream back, "Stop doxing me!" Okay,
oh my God.
So wait, let's do it. Beep, beep, beep. And Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, it's the holidays.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was just affirming the thing they said to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just going to say it's the holidays.
For tis the holiday.
Oh, that's nice. Tis.
Yeah.
That's nice because then you're kind of participating.
Mm-hmm. I say tis instead of it's now. That's how I write it. Just
if that's not the full circle, I don't know what tis. Just you're like, screw it. I'm doing it my way.
I'm doing it my way. All right, I am going to need an answer. January 8th, January 15th, January 31st, first day of spring.
Based on you, the 15th.
Okay, JD?
I agree with Alana. I think it's the 15th, but I don't agree with that.
You're going to hate this answer. January 31st.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Do you not have anything else going on? I'm sorry. You're spending 31 days wishing people
No. That's a caricature and a mischaracterization, and I won't stand for it.
JD, back me up on this.
He's a maniac.
He's fucking. First of all, it's gonna take me 3 weeks to get this poncho off me.
Yeah, you know what? 3 of the weeks are wishing you could wish people a happy New Year. So the last week of January, you are going for it.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
And to you. And to you.
And to you.
And then you say to me, and I goes, yes, it is a new year.
Have you noticed Matt's been doffing his cap a lot this January?
That's a moot point.
Okay, here's my argument. I'm not going around saying it to like the mailman and stuff like that, or mailwoman. I'm saying it specifically in this case, which I said to you, so you can't say I didn't say it. Friends you're seeing for the first time. If the first time my friends, Isaac and Olivia, can get together is January 30th, when I see them, I'm not going to be able to not say Happy New Year.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. You can't see Janny and Smith or whatever their names were until February 1st.
I just those were real names.
I
just doxed them. When
they walk in February 1st, Okay, let's
too
watch
late.
this. Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm Janie and whatever. You're you. Because that's
two
how
people?
you do act outs. Of course I can be both. It
Okay.
doesn't even matter. Watch, here we go. Hey, Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Wait, what do you want me to do?
This is February 1st. The act out. What are you going to do when I say Happy New Year to you?
Gotcha. Okay, try it again.
Ready?
Try it again. Yeah.
Happy New Year, Matt. Yeah, Happy New Year.
For 'tis the season.
Honestly, I love it.
No.
I didn't think I would. No, JD's
It's
right.
February
It's-
1st.
it's-
No.
Also, you didn't even notice my characters were twins. They sounded the exact same and they moved the exact same way.
Now, because you're very conservative, you don't know that on February 1st it changes to Black History Month. That's something you might want to look into.
Oh my god!
Just look into it. It's not.
I gotta get off this podcast, dude.
Okay.
You guys are gonna get me canceled or something. I don't even know what's
and we
gonna happen.
haven't even done the abortion
this was
song
such a
yet.
blast. And we haven't even
this
done the
was
abortion
great.
song. God, you guys are so much fun. This is, you know what I love about this podcast? I originally said
No
I
one
loved it that
records
it's
it. It's
easy,
not
and it's
recorded.
not easy at all. It actually
Oh.
is very challenging. Really, the questions, because when you start discussing it, you like talk yourself in and out of stuff. You don't
Yeah.
even mean to do it.
I want to ask you a serious question. So when we started the show, which was about a little over a year ago, I used to send all guests a rundown. Like, just, I'm going to ask you about public Venmo transactions, and it would just say public Venmo transactions, and it would just say gift registries, because I thought, like you're saying, like, I don't want people's experience coming on the show to be like, oh, I was just expecting to come on and talk about my work and who my guys are, and that's it. But I'm asking you real questions. But then I started thinking, I'm having people on that can talk. I don't want to worry them by sending them a document. Then they're like, what, I have to fucking do homework for this shit?
Bingo, that's it. Right? Nobody wants to feel like they have to do work. You're giving your time to someone happily. I love meeting new people. Norm spoke really highly of you guys in the podcast. He had a good time. I was like, great, this is a blast. Let's do it. But it's like, if you had sent that email 10 minutes before, I would have been like, oh shit, the email. And then scrambling to read it again. You know what I mean? So it's like, and you're going to get a more honest answer if you ask me in the moment. If I have time to think about it, it might not come out the same way. And I kind of like that I was getting caught up in it. It was like, it just felt real because it does take me time to come to a decision and conversation. So I liked it the way you did.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
keep
really
doing
did.
that. I'm now, the downside is probably someone will come on the show and not say it to us, but say to someone like, wow, they really should have given me a heads up about that.
Yeah, they really.
You can always say in your email or in your text or whatever when you reach out, you can be like, if you'd like, I can give you a rundown. I'm just going to be asking you some questions, or you can answer them on the fly.
How did you feel about booking guests when you had your podcast?
Hated it.
I know, right? So if I asked you...
Because of exactly what happened
Right.
with me, with you, where I had to bail. I don't like bailing. I don't do it often. I used to a lot, and I realized how disrespectful it was. I don't really do it. When I do it, the excuse is real. I don't BS about it, but it's like...
You had
I
two
hated that
excuses, to be
because-
fair.
Yeah, it's true. I hated that. I hate that. That stress on me for needing a guest, and then that stress on the guests for feeling bad if they can't make it, and it's a genuine reason.
Yeah, so why do we do this, JD?
I'm
But
following
the
you, man.
connection's fun. The connection's fun. Look how much
Connection's
fun we had.
Connection's fun. And you're just spitting distance over the river, so... I'll see you at the flea crawl.
Yeah, I'll see you at the bridge.
The yellow one? No, it's red. Or is it
Red.
orange? Okay.
Orange. No, orange.
It's orange.
Yeah,
It's orange. Well, this is your part of the podcast. Where can people find you? Where do you want to direct people?
You know what? The best place I'm gonna say is my Instagram. That's where I post all my shows. But I do. I usually do a monthly May Martin and Friends at the Largo with myself, May Martin, and Stephanie Allen.
Okay, the Largo people. This is a big deal.
There you go.
It's
We do a
seated.
little improv set, and there'll be other guests on that show as well that do stand up and stuff like that. And then I do shows at the Elysian, local theater. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
And do some stuff at Dynasty as well and UCB. So I post about all those shows on my Instagram. It's at the only Alana Johnston, and that's it. Yeah, I'm. Go online. We're all online anyways. That's how you find anyone's show or information. You go look for the picture of it. Like, that's it.
Go look for the picture of it,
Go
people.
look for the picture of it.
It's the season. All right, if you have topics, email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Remember to rate us on Apple Podcasts, subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Thanks to JD. Thanks to Alana for coming on. Thanks in advance for leaving a 5-star review. For everyone, I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. We'll see you next week. Gotta go change out of this poncho.